I applied for this job because I wanted to cut loose and shake my rump.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
I want to make it clear that the views expressed by our hosts are not considered the official stance of MBR Views. Remember, this is all about having fun and enjoying the ride.
Turbuckles and Stoggies.
All right, we are back. It is me, the OG, Turbuckles and Stoggies. Last week we got into it. We got it in the ring with the big dog. Fantastic episode. If you missed it, you got to go back and watch it. But now, today, this week, we're lacing up our boots and we're going to grapple with the Vanilla Gorilla. But before we get this started, I have to give a shout out to Park Lane Tobacconist for hosting me here, allowing me to come to you live from Park Lane Tobacconist in Clifton Park, New York. So, without further ado, my man, the big dog. What's up, big dog?
So where's this place at? I've never been there. This place, is this some kind of slum place that you've been to? I've never heard of it. So it's not even on the map right now.
Bro, it's on the map that you know.
If I've been
know,
all over
big dog.
17,000 countries, and I've never been to this place before. So if I ain't been to it, listen, if I ain't been to it, it don't exist. It's probably in some redneck town that has your sister's your brother, your wife's your mother. That's the way it works. All right? On that note, y'all seen last week's episode. This is a new day, new time, and we're taking over the show. That's what we're doing here. So let me go on live with Big Dog, and I'm going to tell you this. You ain't never seen any podcast like Turbuckles and Stoggies. So make sure you get your shit straight.
Now making his way to the ring, weighing in at 275 pounds. The Vanilla Gorilla is here, folks. What's up, Gorilla?
What's going on? You know, I don't have to really tell anybody who I am. They should already know me. They should know who I am. That I'm that guy that gets in your face and tells you exactly how it is and tells you exactly what I want to tell you. And I might even throw you into the third row. I haven't decided yet.
What's up, guys? What's up? Hey, again, it's me, the OG, Turbuckles and Stoggies. Got the big dog and the Vanilla Gorilla. We're hanging out. We're getting in the ring with the gorilla right now. So let me get this match started here. Can we ring a bell? Can I get a bell rung? How do we get a bell rung in this place? All right, Gorilla, what's going on, brother? Hey, man, I got to go right back to the beginning. How did you get into wrestling in the first place?
How did I get into wrestling? I mean, you guys have already heard from the reason why I got into wrestling.
See the screen
Not
behind
everybody
us?
has. Tell everybody. Not everybody has.
So for everybody who doesn't know, the reason I got into wrestling is because of this man right here. When he was wrestling, I was going to the shows as a kid. I was watching these guys, Captain Lou, Jimmy Snuka, Shane Douglas, Nicole Bass, Alpha Jr., Lloyd. I was watching everybody growing up. I was at all these shows. If I told you who I met and who I became friends with and who became my family, you guys would never believe it. You know, guys like Captain Lou, who I idolized as a kid, I looked up to that man. That man was like my uncle. You know, I got good friends of mine now called The Now. Hale Collins and Vic Delicious. Those guys I go to those guys for everything I need to ask.
Two jabronis.
Two guys that, you know, I respect in this business. Two guys that have done it. Two guys that if they called me now and said, hey, I need some help, you know, or hey, we need a third man, and they called me, I'd jump at the opportunity and I'd go help those guys.
Whoa, buddy. First, they would have to call me to authorize it. Okay? I'd have to be the guy to authorize it because I'm your agent. Don't get that twisted, buddy. And Vic was the guy that was sitting in the ECW arena with the blue hair, okay? That was this guy was a jabroni in a corner going, oh yeah, Devon, I love you. I don't love Devon. I don't even like Devon. I don't like Bubba Ray either. Bubba Ray. Hey, anytime you want to put the boots back on and you want to come against the big dog.
All right. Back to the gorillas. So listen, we know you were a very young age. Your pops in the ring around all the different wrestlers, all that jazz. We got all that. But let me ask you this. As a kid, first of all, what was your favorite moment that you witnessed as a kid watching your dad wrestle in the ring? One moment.
I'm going to give you that moment. And he wasn't even wrestling yet. He wasn't even in the ring yet. And it's one moment that's in my head because it's what made me realize that I was meant to do this. I was sitting at a show. I believe it was in Jersey no, that was Massachusetts. And I was at ringside. It was me, my cousin, my mom, my grandma, and my mom's mom. We're all at ringside. He was scheduled to come out next. This guy comes out, fake fucking franchise, mind you. He wasn't Shane Douglas. So right off the bat, I didn't like him already because he wasn't the real franchise. Tried to be, wasn't very good at it. Well, we'll get to that in a little while, maybe why he was good at it. And he was scheduled to wrestle him. Now, he's in the back. You know, all the boys knew I was there. They knew I was outside. I don't know if he knew that guy was going to cut promos like that. I don't know if they spoke about that to make sure that this man doesn't fucking kill him. I was at ringside. It was in a gym, and I think it was Taunton because Joel was there.
Satterberry.
Yes. So another good friend of his who's like an uncle to me, Joel Davis, the real deal, was there. I believe Bundy might have been there. There was quite a few stars on that card. I'm at ringside. The guy goes down the line and cuts a promo on every person involved with him. He gets to my mom, irks me. My grandma irks me. My other grandma really irks me. He gets to my cousin. Now, my cousin is 6 months older than I am, but I'm probably 1.5 feet and probably another pounds on him at that, or probably another 100 pounds on him at that point. And he gets to him, and then he gets to me. And after he cuts a promo on me, I turn around, get up, grab my folding chair. I'm probably 8, 9 years old. Grabs my folding chair. I grab it. I hit the barricade, and I get up and over with my chair. And I was ready to go in the ring and legitimately kick his ass. So I get over the barricade, and as I get over, all of a sudden, here comes my uncle, the real deal. And then all of a sudden, I get past him, and as I get past him, I don't see him. I don't see him yet. As I get past him, as I go to hit that ring, I just feel somebody pick me up, walk me over, and put me on the other side. And as I get put over and turn around, it was him. And as I turn around, I realize I don't have a chair. So he gets in the ring and he proceeds to go on and proceeds to get in the ring and I mean just beat the living crap out of this guy. Like made it believable.
What a great moment.
And then I went in the back and I kicked the guy in his shins after he took his boots off. So I got mine. Best believe I got my few hits in. I kicked him in his shin. And I made sure I kicked hard.
What a fantastic moment. How proud you must have, like, how cool of a feeling is that? You know, your dad picks you up, puts you back down, he turns around, your dad goes in the ring and takes care of business. How cool is that as a kid?
The best thing
What a
about that,
fantastic moment, man.
here's the
And
best
so let's
thing.
fast forward. Let's fast forward a little bit. And you're sitting on the couch or, I don't know, it's an average every day. Tell me about the call up when you get that first call to be a wrestler. What was that moment like?
So I was at work. I was sitting in my office at work. I had gotten everything done for the day. I was just sitting there chilling out, and my phone rings, and it's my dad. What's up? Say, hey, Dad, what's going on? You know, like an everyday phone. Oh, I'm smoking a cigar. Oh, okay, cool, nice. You know, I get out at such and such time. You know, when I get home, we'll smoke. No problem. Then I get are you sitting down? I go, yeah, what's wrong? Now, I think something's automatically wrong because when you ask somebody if they're sitting down, you know, you're ready to deliver some bad news.
It's usually not good.
Right. And he goes, don't make any plans for, I believe the show was like July 5th or 6th. I said, okay, why? He goes, Magic called me. Now, I know when Magic calls, you know, not that he wants something, but, you know, he might be calling in a favor. I go, okay.
I got a lot of favors out there.
I go, what I said, I go, what does Magic want? What does he need? And then I get he wants me to come out of retirement. I said, yes, let's go. I'm there. You know, I'm by your side 100%. And then he goes, the reason I'm doing it is because he wants to bring you in and he wants you to wrestle and he wants to put us together as a team. And my next response was, so why are you calling me? Why didn't you just say yes? He goes, well, I want to make sure you're ready to do it. You know, you don't even got to ask me. Let's book it and get it done. So, you know, he calls Magic back, says to him, yo, we're good. Joey's in. Fine. Not a problem. And then I actually called Magic when I got home I think I called him that weekend, you know, and I said, listen, I want to thank you, you know, for giving me this opportunity because, you know, it's something I've wanted to do. I said, and it's something that I grew up watching. I grew up watching him. So to be able to team with him, to me, was an honor because it's like, you know what? He didn't have to come out of retirement, but he did. And and he tells everybody the only reason he came out of retirement was because he gets to team with me.
Nice.
You know, and to me, that was a big thing.
That's awesome, man. What a great story. So let me ask you this. Let me same topic, but let me shift gears just a little bit. So when I went to my first live event, I always seen wrestling on TV. You know, I always admired and was in awe of these guys. But when I went to my first event live, I was absolutely starstruck at every single performer that walked to the ring. It was absolutely mind-blowing to me. So my question to you, who's the one superstar, the one that you were just completely starstruck with, that you can't formulate words?
You don't even have to finish that question. I will give you the answer right now, and that is probably one of my all-time favorites till this day, and that is Mr. TNA, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles.
And tell him why.
And I'm going to tell you exactly why. And that's because as a kid, I was a big TNA guy. As you can see, it's playing behind me. I was a big TNA fan from day one. I mean, it blew my mind because it was different. And AJ was my favorite from the start. There was just something about him that I always liked that gravitated me towards him. And I was at an autograph signing. He was getting ready to do a show the next night at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center where Raw has run, where Northeast Wrestling has run, NXT, TNA. I mean, you name it, they've pretty much all come through there. And I was sitting in the stairwell upstairs from the Collector's Realm in Poughkeepsie. And I had on an AJ Styles shirt because that's who I was going there to meet that day. I was going there to get AJ's autograph. And I had on his shirt. And AJ came in the front door, past all the fans, walked up the street, walked up the stairs, walked past me, looked at me, and said, "Nice shirt, kid." And my jaw hit the floor. I couldn't figure out words to say to him. That's how starstruck I was. That's probably fantastic. The first guy that I can genuinely say I was starstruck by.
That's fantastic. Hey, listen, I got a ton of more questions for you, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 minutes, stretch your legs, go grab a drink. We'll come back, and I got a ton of more questions for you. The Vanilla Gorilla, the big dog, here on Turnbuckles and Stoggies. All right, we are back. It is me, the OG cigar tender. I have got the big dog and the Vanilla Gorilla, and today we're in the ring with the Vanilla Gorilla. Hey, listen, I got another wrestling question for you, but I also want to touch on cigars with you because I know you're a wealth of knowledge with cigars. He's crackling his knuckles there. I'm a little nervous, and I'm miles away from you. But hey, so let me ask you this: dream match. If you could have one match, the dream match, and what venue you would have that match in?
Oh God. I mean,
anybody. It could be anybody. Not realistic, just anybody.
It's such.
And would you lose? Would you win or lose?
Man, I mean,
that's a rhetorical question. What do you mean win or lose?
There's so many.
What do you mean win or lose? I don't understand the question. That's a rhetorical question. Win or lose? Listen, you either win or you lose.
Dog, I'm talking to the gorilla.
You know, there's so many options out there for a match. I mean, you know, if you're looking for maybe sentimental dream matches or you got sentimental, you got mainstream. I mean, mainstream, a dream match for me probably be either AJ or maybe somebody who a lot of people would underestimate, maybe Brian Pillman Jr., maybe something down the road. And if you're talking sentimental.
And where? What venue?
Maybe the Garden. I would have to say would probably be, you know, if we're going to go the Mecca, and then if we're going to go sentimental dream matches, and he's going to hate me for saying this, it's going to be him. And it's going to be the retirement match. And I'm going to tell you right now, and I've said this from the beginning. I've said this from day one. No, listen. Stop shaking your goddamn head. Number one, I'm going to finish my fucking conversation.
That shit will never happen because, number one, the teacher never teaches you everything.
You didn't let me finish what I was going to say.
The professor never tells you everything in the business.
You don't.
I'm gonna light your chest up so bad that your mother's gonna divorce me. That'd probably be the best thing in the world, by the way.
All right. Last question. Last wrestling question. Vanilla Gorilla. Where the hell did you come up with that name from?
So
Matty Rocks.
That's something that kind of organically happened. My original name, the Vanilla Gorilla, was supposed to be a nickname and a moniker. The real name I was supposed to have was Big Joe. That's because that's what I've been called since I started playing. That was my commentary name when I started commentating. So I wasn't changing the gimmick. I wasn't changing the name. I was leaving it as that. Vanilla Gorilla was going to be a moniker. And then I was at home one day doing something. And when I step, sometimes I have a really heavy step. So it was here. I think it was my mom or my sister. And they had said something about Harambe Jr. And I was joking around. And then I was like, oh, yeah, whatever, Vanilla Gorilla, joking around. And then I thought about it. And then when I got the phone call, I had seen Rocks a few days later, I believe, or a week later. And I told him about that story. And I said, I'm going with the name, the Vanilla Gorilla. And he said, that's it. He goes, that's what you're going to call yourself. Because in this business, I've learned that the first thing that comes out of your head or your mouth is usually the first thing you run with.
Shout out to Blue Chew.
Like when I came up with our tagline for the commentary team that we were at the time, which was the biggest announced team, I came up with that in New World Wrestling Extreme up in Rhode Island when I was working for Trooper Gilmore. He's the guy who gave me my start in the commentary world. And I was in the back at intermission shooting the shit like we are now with a bunch of the guys. And I was talking to somebody and I said, he's Big Dog, I'm Big Joe, we're the biggest announced team. And he looked at me and said, stop. That's what you guys are going to call yourself. And that got over because I was at a show locally here, probably 300 miles away or however many hours away. And the dude sitting behind me and his son recognized me from the shows up there.
Oh, wow.
So that goes to show you that, people will recognize you. People will recognize you for your commentary or your wrestling.
Absolutely.
And it was just kind of a surreal moment for me, to be recognized by a fan.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool, dude. So let me get into, I see you smoking that cigar. What are you smoking?
I'm smoking the Perdomo Menso 70 Maduro. It's a 7x70 from Nicaragua.
Very nice. You have a plethora of cigar knowledge at a young age, which is very impressive. So let me ask you this. You said business before, the wrestling business, but I know you're in the cigar business. Who do y'all work for?
Yes.
What do you do?
I work for Tampano Cigars. He's a boutique company out of Florida. I am his Northeast sales director. When I got brought on with that company, it was George, the president, Freddie, his brother-in-law, who's the vice president, and me. That was it. That was who the structure was. Now I'm an ambassador for a few other companies. One hasn't been revealed yet. That's coming very soon. You may know OG. I don't know if you were told yet, but you may know. The conversation was had already. I don't know when he's announcing that. I don't know. So that's in due time.
Okay. All right. So listen, how long have you been smoking cigars?
Let's see. I'm going to be 26. I've been smoking since I'm 8 years.
Okay. So you've got a few years. You've been smoking for a few years. What was your very first cigar? What brand?
You're still an asshole. You're still an asshole. My first cigar was an acid.
Okay. Nothing wrong with the acid brand.
There's nothing wrong with that, but
it put Drew Estate on the map. It put Drew Estate on the map.
It did, and again, fantastic fantastic cigars if you like that. I was not a fan. I was not a fan personally.
Okay.
And that's just me.
All right.
Not saying it's a bad cigar. It's just not my palate.
So what's your favorite wrapper? What's your favorite binder? What's your favorite blend?
My favorite wrapper, and I've loved it in the last probably 2 years, is a Habano, or even and I'm only saying it because they use it, is the H99 is that Criollo wrapper. There's just something about those wrappers that's that I've come to love over the past couple of years. My all-time favorite though would probably have to be a San Andreas wrapper. Nice dark oily Maduro wrapper that gives you that punch.
I'm doing an interview and I just got off the phone with my agent. He still ain't received a paycheck yet. I don't understand the problem here. We still ain't get the check yet for $555 just for my travel fees. That's not the other $1,000 you guys owe me. So where's my money?
The big dog in the house. You heard?
Where's my money? I get paid for this stuff.
Anyway, Joey V, the Vanilla Gorilla, the big dog. I'm the OG cigar tender. Hey, listen, make sure you check out Tempranillo Cigars. Where can they find them, Joey V?
You can find them in online website you can find them on, because he doesn't only carry us, he carries everybody. And he's got some great brands. He's got his own cigars out. You can go to Tabacalera-Aragon.com. And if you look under the brands category, you will see everything he carries. You will see Tempranillo newspaper, and you will see the Vegas de Jalapa. Those are the Tempranillo cigars.
I understand.
And we got a new one coming out. So stay tuned for that, because those should be coming out in the next few months. We've got some new flavored stuff coming out. We got some big things.
I know.
Very cool. Very cool. So listen, on that note, I'm gonna pump my own little side hustle here I got going on. MyCigarTender.com. Check it out if you want a custom personalized travel door. Something that reflects you as a person, your interests, et cetera, et cetera. Check it out. I'm on Instagram, the OG Cigar Tender, the Cigar Tender LLC, and of course, MyCigarTender.com. Check out Turnbuckle and Cigars. We're not only on here on MBR, we're on Instagram. Make sure you check us out. Make sure you follow. More exciting shows to come. Boys, we can't give out names yet, but I'm telling you, people got to check it out, because there's going to be names that are going to blow your mind. And on that note,
check us out on
First
Instagram.
of all, get it straight. It's Turbuckles and Stoggies, you jabroni. Not Turnbuckles and Cigars. Turbuckles and Stoggies, you jabroni.
And on Instagram, it's at Turbuckles and Stoggies Pod. That's what the Instagram
word,
is.
you heard?
And Stoggies Pod.
Turnbuckles and Stoggies. It's right there up on top of the screen. Turnbuckles and Stoggies. Check
Shout
us
out
out
to
on
MBR Radio.
Instagram.
Thanks for having us on, brother. And I expect my check
Big
to come
shout out to H. Big shout out to MBR. Check us out. More episodes coming. Big names to follow. Hey, from the OG Cigar Tender, from the Vanilla Gorilla, from the Big Dog, we out. Ring that bell.
That's the show for today, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with an all-new show. And remember, you can listen to us again and again. The podcast of this radio show is available right after we go off the air tonight, anywhere that you can get your podcast episodes. And thanks for joining us today. I'd like to take a moment to talk about something close to my heart. Military Broadcast Radio is doing incredible work to support our veterans and bring their voices to the world. They rely on your generous donations and your dedicated volunteer hours to make it happen. I encourage you to consider supporting NBR in any way, form that you can. Use this QR code that's attached to the picture, or you can go to our website at mbradio.us. That's MikeBravoRadio.us to learn more about how you can donate or volunteer even just an hour a week from your home. Help make a difference in the lives of our veterans, because once again, we're all here for you and not for us. We're giving our veterans a voice.